Hey there, this is Anonymous T. Welcome to the Anonymous T podcast, the backup channel to my main channel, Anonymous T. As you guys know, in the event something happens to my main channel, we are here. Today we're talking Andy Cohen being cleared of the booze, drugs, and sexual harassment allegations as investigators find claims can't talk today, unsubstantiated. And I need to shout out those large bloggers that said that Andy Cohen was done for good, that said that Andy Cohen was fired from Bravo, that Andy Cohen would no longer be the host of Watch What Happens Live, which, by the way, got renewed until 2025 as of now. And, said that one of the accusers, Leah from Real Housewives of New York, was going to be the new host of Watch What Happens Live, said for certain that Andy Cohen was done. When Andy Cohen literally is the face of Bravo, you guys, they were not going to let him go that easy, right? And he has the complexion for protection, so I never expected anything to happen to him, right? Nonetheless, let's get into this article. This is from Deadline, but it is everywhere. It says, Andy Cohen will be a happy man. Not only did his late-night talk show Watch What Happens Live get picked up through the end of 2025, and numerous Real Housewives shows that he executive produces at land renewals, but he has been cleared of a number of allegations that have been surrounding him. Outside investigators were brought in after Brandi Glanville and Leah McSweeney accused him of a number of unsavory behaviors. The outside investigation and the recent allegations made by Brandi Glanville and Leah McSweeney against Andy Cohen now have been completed, and the claims were found to be unsubstantiated, a Bravo spokesperson told Deadline. In February, the former Real Housewives of New York star Leah McSweeney filed a lawsuit alleging that Cohen intentionally uses cocaine with his employees to further promote a workplace culture that thrives off of drug and alcohol abuse, which leads to a failure to accommodate employees who are disabled and attempting to remain substance-free. A rep for Cohen later replied saying the claims were completely false. Former The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Brandi Glanville named Cohen in a letter sent to NBC Universal that had said, and Warner Brothers and Discovery and Shed Media, in which they cited a video from 2022 where Cohen allegedly appears inebriated and boasted of his intention to sleep with another Bravo star that night while thinking of her and invited her to watch via FaceTime. Cohen had support from numerous quarters, including Lisa Vanderpump, a former Real Housewives star who stars and executive produces Vanderpump Rules, and all of the things, you guys. And who is surprised, right? Who is surprised? And I find it interesting, the other piece to this is, remember the headlines that NeNe's lawsuit made against Bravo, against Andy Cohen, and all of these same stars were doing the mute challenge, or were people like Candy who were speaking out saying, hey, Andy Cohen has been good to me, there is no problem over here, and all of the things, right? That was the narrative, right? And notice the number of housewives that came out in droves to defend Andy Cohen during these allegations. But I'm saying this to say that these same people, Brandi and Leah, who are very problematic on their shows and are one of those people who are willing to do the dirty work on the shows to facilitate drama and all the things, they were doing the mute challenge during NeNe's lawsuit, you guys. They had no problem as long as the checks were coming in. As long as they were continuing to be employed by Bravo. But the moment that they're no longer employed by Bravo, the moment Brandi Glanville is in another scandal, I remember the last scandal was involving whatever did or didn't happen on the filming of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, that we still can't get to the bottom of. Ever since then, it has been a full-out war that Brandi has been trying to get some coins because as of now, she's effectively done at Bravo and NBC Universal, right? Unless something changes. But once you go the lawsuit route, you guys, you can't go back. Because you're basically saying that your employer, your co-workers and colleagues and supervisors are all inappropriate for you to work there. And so now that they found the claims unsubstantiated, what makes you think you're going to get a gig back now? That's why I didn't understand these people that were saying that Andy Cohen was done. I was like, with what receipts? I was like, they're going to make sure that they're going to dot their I's and cross their T's so that there is no stone unturned to verify, what did and didn't happen. Now, it's interesting though, because I think some people were hoping for a different outcome. But I knew regardless that this was going to be in favor of Andy Cohen. But he definitely has one heck of a PR team, right? Because there were so many people who were trying to put out there that he was done, that he was negotiating a multi-million-dollar exit from Bravo as an executive. And immediately they said, that's not true. That's fake news. But this is more about the lies that larger bloggers had told about this story, that I just want to be a petty Betty and be like, listen, you did not have the facts, you didn't have the receipts, because that is what people like to do all the time, right? They'll be like, oh, well, I have all these followers, I have all of these, people who listen to what I have to say, but you put out there that Andy Cohen was completely done, he was completely fired, you had inside sources that said that Leah was going to be the new host of Watch What Happens Live. Now, really, when it got to that point, I knew it was ridiculous. I knew it was completely and utterly insane. Bravo's going to employ the accusers now and give them a larger platform. And they're going to host the show of the person they're accusing of all these things. Make it make sense, you guys. So John Mayer has since come out and has denied all the allegations. There's been some tongue-in-cheek responses from both Leah as well as Brandy in regards to the results of this case. But nonetheless, like I said, nobody should be surprised at this outcome except for the people who were spreading the false narratives in the first place that Andy Cohen was done. There's been even a few people who have been saying that Andy Cohen's been done for the past couple of years, which I didn't buy either. As long as these housewives are still in the air, Andy Cohen's going nowhere, you guys. He's not. He is way too involved and executive produces all these shows to not be involved. The only way he's not going to be involved is if the shows are all canceled. But as long as these shows are still going to be on the air, whether it is via Bravo, via Peacock, or whatever, Andy Cohen will still have a job there and will still be an executive there. So this will be interesting to see how people move now, moving forward, because best believe Andy Cohen is not going to have the same type of relationships anymore with some of these housewives if they're going to be, trying to pull, this type of stunt again. He is definitely going to be watching who he hangs with, who he parties with, and all of the things moving forward to make sure nothing like this ever happens again. Now, do I think personally that Andy Cohen has probably, allegedly had some type of encounters that were questionable with some of these people, some of these Bravo celebrities off camera that we are unaware of? Absolutely. And we've seen on camera how he does these reunions, how he shows favoritism to certain people over others. And, really likes to play up certain relationships and treats certain people like with kid gloves, whether it's on Watch What Happens Live or on the reunion tapings. But then for people that he doesn't like, grills them and asks them the questions at the level that he should be asking the questions of the people causing the actual drama, right? But those are usually the people who are protected, right? The people who are willing to, quote unquote, do the dirty work for production, to give a messy storyline, right? They usually are the ones that you see never catching this heat and never getting this smoke, you guys. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. What do you think of Andy Cohen basically saying, Bravo basically saying, thanks but no thanks, you didn't find anything on my executive producer of my executive at this network. Try again. What do you think in the comments? What do you think of the larger bloggers that were certain this time that Andy Cohen was done, that he was negotiating his exit, his multi-million-dollar severance package, and that Leah, one of the accusers, was going to host his show, Watch What Happens Live. Make it make sense. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.